You ready? Okay. How you doing? How you doing, man? Welcome to another episode. I put you on game. I got another special guest with me. She's a comedian. She's a little actress out here, and she's out here just doing her thing, man. Her name is Melissa. What's going on, Melissa? Melissa.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right, man.
Yeah, Melissa Irish is the name.
I got the Irish part. I said it like Irish. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta say that.
We got ATL accent on here, man. ATL
Yeah,
versus New York accent.
you gotta throw that in there, because where else you gonna find a black girl named Irish, you know?
Right, right.
So you gotta throw that in there, let them know I'm exotic.
Talk through the microphone. So tell the audience where you from, man.
So originally I'm from Trinidad in the West Indies.
Mm-hmm.
I moved to America when I was 14 years old, and I moved to New York. So I'm from New York, Yonkers, New York, home of the brave, 914. You know, I grew up with DMX and the Lots, Mary J. Blige, those people. I grew up with them. We're from the same hood, you know. But I would say I'm a New York girl, but of course I'm Trinidadian too. So it's like I'm a Trinity Yonkers girl. Like, it's weird. It's weird because like when people meet me here in Atlanta, they say, "Oh my God, you're so New York." Like I can hear it. And then you have some people that would be like, "I do hear New York, but I hear something else." You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. So that's when I have to explain, like, "Oh, there's something else that you're hearing." It's the Trinity girl, you know. Yeah.
Okay, so what high school you went to?
So my high school, I went to school in New York, of course. I went to Mamaroneck High School, which is predominantly a white school. When I first came from Trinidad, my mom didn't want me to go to school in Yonkers, so I stayed with my grandmother in Mamaroneck, which is like 15 minutes from Yonkers. With my grandmother, and I went to school there. And honestly, I got the best high school experience. Like, although it was predominantly white, those teachers cared.
Cause nowadays teachers don't give a fuck about you now.
Yeah, they cared. They cared. We had like, you know, the Black Culture Club, you know, stuff like that. Although it was a white school, they made sure that they put things in place for the people that were minorities. They had the Salsa Club for the Hispanics, like they had the other drama club for people that wanted to act or sing or whatever. I was in the drama club, of course, you know, and yeah, they really cared about the kids. They did.
So did you ever feel out of place going to a predominantly white school?
No, because I'm a chameleon and I could basically conform to anywhere I am. I mean, come on, I came from a whole nother country to a whole nother country. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I could conform easily. So it wasn't a big deal. But the other black children that were there, you know, of course, we all gravitated towards each other, and we all were really cool. But the white children there, I didn't go through like racism or anything like that. Like I didn't go through prejudice. They really were welcoming.
Okay. So what's the difference between, you know, since you're down in ATL, what's the difference between, you know, Atlanta and New York? How's it like being in New York and being in ATL?
So since New York is like the best place in the whole wide world, right?
I disagree.
So since we are better than everybody,
no
right?
sir.
So since we're better than everyone, right? So New York is like, of course, fast paced, and Atlanta is laid back. And when you get to a certain age, you kind of want laid back. You don't want to move fast like that no more. Like I love New York, I do, but I like it here. I like Atlanta. It's good. It's laid back. It's not as fast. I can relax a little bit. You know, the only thing Atlanta gets on my nerves for is that y'all don't got no corner stores. Nobody don't be walking nowhere. Everything is so far. Like y'all got to do better about that part. Like you need to have corner stores. Like we need bodegas down here. Just like we have in the Bronx and in Brooklyn and in Yonkers and in Harlem. Y'all need some down here because y'all don't be walking. y'all take the car everywhere. I need to walk.
It depends. It's only in certain areas. I mean, we got MARTA, we got MARTA down here.
I'm not getting on the bus down here. I'm sorry. I'm from New York, yes, and we take the bus and the subway. That's dope. But down here, it's a whole different ballgame. They come when they feel like it.
That's true.
They never come on the scheduled time. Like
that is true.
They just. One time I remember I was on the MARTA when I first got down here, and the bus driver pulled over to eat.
Really?
Dead ass.
Oh my!
He pulled over and had his lunch.
What are we coming
with passengers on the bus?
Real ratchet around this month.
And that was the last time I traveled on the MARTA.
For real?
Yes, because I'm not doing that. I have places to go. Like, people on this bus have places to go. That's why we got on here.
Right. Hey, I definitely understand you on that, man. Excuse me. So what kind of lessons you learned in high school?
Just in general, math, English, that type of stuff. I actually, it's funny because I am fascinated with forensics. So I wanted to be a profiler. But I hate school.
Yeah,
so once I realized how much school it was gonna take, I was like, no, I don't want to do that.
Oh, so you didn't go to college then?
No, I refused to go to college. My mom told us, she said to all 5 of us, well, you better get my high school diploma.
Right.
So
that's what I said.
She got one. She got the high school diploma, and so now get out my face, play. Because we're not doing nothing else. Like, I hate school. I always hated school. I never liked school. Never.
What was it about school that made you hate it though? What was it? The getting up early in the morning part, or was it just the doing work part? What was it?
I hate authority. I hated, like...
You want to be the boss?
I am the boss.
I like that. But
no, seriously, in school, you know what I hated too? I hated just having to sit there. Like, just sitting there.
Right.
It used to be like, oh my God, this is like insane. Why am I still sitting here?
Right.
But other than that, like, as far as I was class clown, because I hated school, so I had to make it fun for me.
Right.
And I got in trouble a lot. I was always on detention. I was always in the principal's office because I was gonna disrupt the class. Like, I'm just going to do that. But I was so smart that I would rush through my work first, then disrupt the class. So my work would be done. It's not my fault that they're not doing their work first before they entertain me. Like, I do my work first. Then I entertain them.
Right.
And so, yeah, I got in a lot of trouble. And I was a fighter. I fought a lot. A lot. I got in a lot of trouble, though, as a kid.
That's crazy. So, now let's go into the comedian side. What made you want to be a comedian? Where did that come from?
So, to be honest, I think I was always a comedian, like from birth. But what made me really channel into my funny was I had a friend named Philip, and every time we hung out, he would be like, Melissa, you should do comedy. I'm a manager. I kept saying, I can't do no comedy. I can't be no comedian. I don't know how to do jokes. Like, I'm funny, yes, but I didn't think I knew how to like construct a joke or the structure of it and that type of stuff. I didn't think I knew how until I actually did it. But Philip was the one person that people would say it, but Philip literally would press the issue all the time. Like, every time he spoke to me, every time he saw me, it was like, Melissa, you should do comedy. Like, you need to do comedy. That's what you should be doing, And then, like, the last time I spoke to him, he said that to me. He ended up getting cancer and passing away.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
And, like, the last day that I saw him when he was alive, he was, at this point, it was like, almost the end. And he was like, yo, promise me you're going to do it. You're going to try at least. And I was like, I got you. I'm going to do it. but I didn't do it right away. After his passing, it was like about 2-3 years before I actually tried it. And one day I just woke up one day and I was like, yo, I'm gonna do an open mic today.
Mm-hmm.
And my homegirl, she was like, you're lying, you ain't gonna do it. And I was like, no, I'm really gonna do it. She was like, well, I'm coming with you. And so at the time, my ex, he was like, I'm coming too because I don't believe you.
Right.
So they came and I did the open mic and I killed. And I was surprised I killed because, of course, it's my first time.
Mm-hmm.
So I killed, and I was like, the feeling that I got being up there, telling the jokes, and just having the people just tuned into me, and the laughter, and to see that made me feel extremely good. And I was like, yeah, I could do this. And it's been, it's been full throttle ever since. That was 4 years ago.
Mm. So what's one thing you know now that you wish you knew back then when you started doing comedy?
I wish I knew that I could have balanced comedy and raising my children. Because another thing was I wanted to make sure that I raised my children and had them out the way before I pursued like this dream or any dream for that matter.
Right.
So I wish that I knew earlier on that I could do both. Because I feel like I would have been way further in my career, of course. Right. And I feel like a lot of the people that I could have learned from are no longer here. And so I feel like if I was doing it earlier, I would have been able to probably brush shoulders with these people and just get the gems that they give. Because like I enjoy doing a show and like there's a legend there or somebody that's been doing it way longer than I have. Right. And they give me like advice. I love that. Like I take it all in because I'm open to constructive criticism and all of that. But just not taking the time to give me some advice or say anything to me, and for that matter, because they don't have to care. Right. So just I'm saying, I saw your set. It was good. Or maybe next time you do this. So, those things I appreciate.
And I gotta give you, I gave my last guest up here that was I gotta give you credit for you still chasing your dreams and you being a mother. I got a lot of respect for you for that, because I know a lot of mothers, they sacrifice a lot for us and they do a lot and they put their lives on the line and just forget about themselves and just focus on the kids. Right. So for you out here, you still chasing your dreams and you still doing your thing. I commend you for that, and I got much respect for you still doing that. Like all the mothers out there that's doing their thing, man, definitely salute to you, man. Keep doing it, cause like funny mama said, the kids gonna get grown at some point, and they gonna be doing their own thing.
Facts. That's a fact, and I'm at that point. So my children are grown. My son is 28, my daughter is 25. So
around my age.
So my children are grown. So now it's just me. Like I'm just living for me at this point. Right. Of course, you're still a mother at the end of the day. So, of course, you still love the kids and you still want to be involved and still want to help them through life or whatever. But as far as the hard part, I feel like that's over. Right. That's definitely over.
So, what are some of the early trials and tribulations you had on in your career?
So So when I first started comedy, being that no one knew who I was, I wasn't getting like a lot of bookings, I would like struggle to get bookings. I'm also the type of person that I'm not kissing nobody's ass. So I feel like that was my struggle in the early part of comedy. Like, I'm not going to ask this, I'm not doing that. I'm not talking to him. I'm not talking to her. I'm not asking her nothing. Like, I don't like her attitude. I'm not going to her. Like, that was my thing. Like, and I had to get over that though. And once I did, things just opened up for me. And then the more they see you, the more they book you, of course. So, of course, I started going out. And because in New York, people would tell me, like, because I literally would go do a show, get off stage and walk right out the door and go home. Like I would not hang out and stuff. Like I wouldn't. Like before the show, like if I'm there early, of course I would talk to the other comedians or whatever. But like after, I'm gone. And I realized that made me look antisocial or like, you know. And then the same thing when I came here, it was the same thing. I'm in a new place. I don't know these people. I'm just like, I'm cool. Like, I'm funny like that. Like, I'm just not. I could be friendly, but I'm not friendly. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I what you're saying.
So I'm cordial,
right?
But I'm not friendly per se. So, but I could be friendly.
Is that New York shit from like how you was raised?
I think that plays a big part.
Okay.
But also, I watch a lot. I'm a person that observes everything.
Right, me too.
And I watch how people treat other people, things of that nature. And I'm just like, I don't want to talk to this person because I see how they treated that person or that person. And if they treat me like that, it's going to be a problem. Right. Like, I know me. So I try to, like, stay out the mix because I just know, you know, it's a work. I'm a work in progress. I have to say, I'm a work in progress when it comes to that, like reaching out to people I don't know, asking for opportunity. Right. That kind of like is a struggle for me. Still.
Okay. Damn, I understand. You feel like it's more of a pride thing?
It could be.
Your pride getting away.
Yeah,
pride is a big thing.
A little bit. I feel like it's a pride thing, but I also don't like to be, like, for instance, I'm gonna give you an example.
Okay.
Like, people don't, I'm here in Atlanta, so people don't know my resume. They don't know what I've done. They don't know where I've performed. They don't know my, they don't know. So when I reach out, when I, network with these people and they say, oh, reach out to me, I'll book you or whatever like that. And I reach out to the person and the person says something to me like, oh, well, I never saw you perform. And I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. And then they see me perform. And then I reach out again and they're like, well, whatever the excuse might be. That annoys me. Because at the same time, there's been times I told you I'm observant and I pay attention. So I've been in places where those same people are talking to someone else and I'm hearing their conversation and they're saying they're trying to get booked at places that I've already performed at. You get what I'm saying? So now it's like, okay, so you don't know that I've done this place or that place, but at the same time you're throwing me shade. And you're trying to get to where I'm at because I've been there already. So that annoys me. Because at the end of the day, I'm very humble. Right. So I don't walk around like, well, I've done this and I've done that and you don't know. And I don't do that because I'm humble. I'm not going to ever throw my things in anyone's face. That's just not who I am as a person. I think it's tacky. I think it's whack, actually. I would never do that. So it's very annoying when a person who's not even... It's at the point, it's like, I look at it like you're not even on my level.
Right. I understand that.
And you're trying to throw shade as if I'm beneath you. You're trying to downplay what I've done or things of that nature. That annoys me. And because of who I am and my attitude, I'll never talk to that person again. Right. I don't even care what opportunity they can give me. I'll never talk to that person again.
I understand.
Because now I feel like you're trying to play me, and I don't like it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you on that.
And it could be pride, too. And again, I'm a New Yorker. So it's a lot of things. And not only am I a New Yorker, I'm an island person. We from the islands are very prideful, too. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole bunch of elements to it, I feel like. But at the end of the day, I'm not kissing nobody's ass. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not sleeping with nobody to get to a position. Like, I'm not doing none of that. I'm the wrong girl to even come at with that.
You look like you don't play that shit.
I don't. And I be fighting. So, like, yeah, I be fighting. Right. People need to just, when they talk to me, watch what they say to me. Like, they literally should think before they speak when it comes to me.
Right.
Because I am very nice. I speak to people with respect.
Right.
I speak people, when I talk to people, I look them in the eyes.
Right.
Because I was taught that from a fucking little kid.
Right.
When you speak to, my father will fuck us up if we didn't do that.
Right. That's changed nowadays. Though.
Yeah, you have to look a person in the eyes when you speak. It's a sign of respect.
Right.
I was raised that way. I do it to everyone I speak to, even children. And a lot of times people think that children don't need to be heard. Children have feelings. Children need to express themselves.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
You cannot do that to a child.
Right.
Children need a voice. That's why it's a lot of situations where children are scared to come talk to their parent.
Man,
as the parent, your children should always be able to come to you first. You have to make your children that comfortable.
Right.
My children, I've always raised them that way because as a child, I didn't have a voice.
Right.
So I always allowed them to.
Right. My
children is to the point where they talk to me sometimes about things I don't want to know.
I almost spit out this damn drink.
Like my son.
I just go back to what you're talking about.
Right, it's like, hey.
I'm still your mama. I'm still your brother.
Hey, please, stop talking. My son, he's like, but Mom, you know you're my best friend. I tell you everything. Hey, son. It's some things I don't want you to talk to me about. Please, knock it off.
Right.
My daughter, same thing. Girl, get off my phone. Right. Stop talking. And they laugh because they think it's funny. It's not funny. It's not funny at all. I don't want to know these things.
Right.
But I've made it that comfortable. And every parent should do that. Because children need to come. You should be always the first point of contact as a parent.
That's true. You see, man, you up here speaking on a lot of real shit. But here's what I say to that, man. My motto is treat people how you want to be treated.
Facts.
Right.
That's
so I'm gonna come to you the same way I want to be come to. You know what I'm saying? So you basically saying that, you know, how you don't come to me certain shit. If you know you don't want nobody to come with you on certain shit, don't do it. Right. I say people are hypocrites, man. We are hypocrites because
a lot of times we are.
As men, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of us as men, you can talk to a woman any kind of way, or you can say things to a woman that you know you don't want a man to say to your mama,
or your sister,
or your daughter,
or your daughter.
No,
exactly.
You know for a fact that you would want no nigga to say that to neither one of them. You have a big problem with that.
Yeah, you would want to kill him.
Absolutely, and but you will go right out here and do it to somebody else. But guess what? That's somebody else's mama. She's somebody else's sister, somebody else's daughter. That we go out there and do it to.
And it's funny because even with that. Was saying that there's a lot of men out here that have these women that are good women, committed, doing everything that they're supposed to as a woman to their man. And these men will still go out and cheat, still go sleep with someone else, right? And then this woman, she's taking it for a while, and now she's tired, and now she fucked someone else, and now this nigga can't breathe. Now this nigga can't breathe. That nigga fucking chest hurt. This nigga want to jump off a bridge. This nigga want to take pills. This nigga want to die now. You see what I'm saying? It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Like now you just can't function because she done fucked somebody else. All because she gave somebody else the coochie. All because of just that. She ain't cooking for the nigga. She ain't over there ironing his clothes. She ain't doing none of the stuff she do at home for you. All she did was get this nigga some pussy, and you about to die.
You see, as I always said, a nigga can never take what a woman can take.
No.
Like I say, a nigga we'll want to be forgiven 20,000 times for us smashing 20,000 girls. But the one time that girl come back and do that, it's all hell.
And see the difference between men and women, and this is why a lot of times men are stupid in a cheating situation. Because a woman will cheat and she won't even, you won't know. Nobody will know.
Woman sneaker than man. Yeah,
but a man, this dude is so stupid. He's getting emotionally attached to this bitch. This nigga falling asleep with this bitch. This nigga cuddling and spooning with this bitch. Like, That type of shit.
Right.
Like, men are so retarded when it comes to that. Nigga, you supposed to just give up some dick and go home.
Really?
You done snuggled up, so now you got this bitch thinking she's your girl too.
Exactly. And now you put yourself in a position where now you got catching feelings for this girl.
Right, and I
got a situation at home.
I could never be nobody's side chick. I'm gonna tell you right now, because if you giving me this type of energy,
right,
we go together.
Right.
I will beat your wife up because we go together now.
Oh man,
we go together now because now you're not supposed to do that.
Right.
And now I'm going to wreck your life because you're not about to play with me. This is why I don't do that. I don't put myself in those situations because I know me.
Accountability.
I know me. I know if I catch feelings for this dude and he's somebody else's husband, yes. But if I catch feelings for him, I'm not gonna care.
That's what and bro, you saying a lot of shit that I be saying too, man.
I'm not gonna care. You got a wife.
It don't matter as a man. I'm gonna say this since you're speaking of it. As a man, you can be honest all day with a girl. Be honest all day. Tell a girl what it is. You can tell her this, tell her that. But once those feelings get involved, bro, you got two choices. Either you gonna cut it off, or you gonna be all in. Because once those feelings get involved, no matter what you said to her, that shit goes way out the window, and I had to learn that the hard way. Yeah, I learned that the hard way.
We move off emotions.
Yep.
How we feel.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're making us feel like you loving us,
right?
And half of the times, these dudes is saying those words to these women. You know what I'm saying? I love you. Oh, you better not get nobody else my pussy. Shit like that. But you got a whole wife. How is this girl supposed to feel?
Right.
How is she supposed to feel? Now she's in.
Power of manipulation.
Right, and so now she's all in, and now you're telling her, oh no, you all in, but he's telling his friend she's tripping. I don't even know why she's acting like this. Right. She's acting like this because you're whispering sweet nothings in her ear. You giving her dick like she's your wife. You're making love to this girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course she's crazy.
Right.
Of course she's crazy. You made her crazy.
And then again,
and vice versa. Because there's some women out here that's sucking these men off like they're their husbands. And then wonder, oh my God, I don't know why he's acting this way. I don't know why he's acting crazy. You telling him things that you shouldn't be telling him. You whispering sweet nothings in his ear. You fucking him like he's your man.
Men have feelings too.
What do you expect this man to feel?
Too. A lot of women don't understand that. They think men are robots and we just can't be broken. Like we have feelings, you know what?
Too. I used to literally ignore feelings coming from a man until I had a son. You understand? And I had to understand the dynamic of that. My son is a man. Right. He's not a kid anymore. Right. Watching a kid transition into a man and seeing a man with true emotions and feelings and these things, you have to tap into. Oh wow.
Wow, that's interesting. I think I had my last guest. One of my last guests came up and he said the same thing. He said that his daughter made him softer. Yeah. Made him be more vulnerable and stuff like that. But a lot of that had to do with how he was brought up. You know what I'm saying? And he said his daughter made him softer. And you say that it's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I didn't. But I never thought about men's feelings. Like I always, in my head, it was like. Men don't have no feelings.
So a lot of women think.
Men don't have no feelings. They tough. They this, they that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I saw. My father was a tough man. Right. My father is a tough man. Right. My father worked hard. He provided. He did everything. My mom never worked. My dad took care of home. Right. But I knew that dynamic. I didn't want that for me. Right. I knew that. If I'm going to be with somebody, we're going to go 50-50. Right. And I feel that way because I feel like I don't want to give anyone 100% control over me.
So do you feel like, okay, so to me, I feel like it can never be 50-50 with a man and a woman simply because it takes more to make a woman happy than it does a man. I mean, it's very, we
it depends on the woman, though.
You know what I'm saying? Simple things. A woman, you got, you do this, you got to do that.
It depends on the woman, though. Okay. It depends on the woman, though. Okay. Like, me personally, I can only speak for myself. I'm a simple woman. Okay. I don't need much to make me happy. You know what I'm saying? I don't need all the extra.
Right.
I don't. Literally, in a relationship, the most I want out of a man is time.
Time.
Time. If I can get time, I'm happy.
Right.
The moment I'm not getting time, I'm not happy.
Right.
I don't care what you bought me. I can lose this bracelet. I can lose these earrings. Those things don't matter. They don't. It's just like, you know how women talk about the ring. Oh, it better be how much carats and it better be whatever. I think that's dumb. Because just the fact that this man chose me to marry that ring does not matter. Not to me. It might sound crazy.
Nah.
And I've had girlfriends that told me I sound crazy.
Because they probably say you sound crazy because a man, when it comes to a ring, a man puts his all into that ring because he knows how important that ring is to a woman. So that's why they probably say you sound crazy, because if a nigga give you a cheap ring, they know one thing women want to do is what? You want to show off, look, I'm engaged, and you show off some little cheap ass, Dollar Tree shit. You gonna be like, hell no,
And that's
people
the
gonna
thing,
look at you crazy and
that's because a lot of people involve a lot of people into their relationship. That's why. You want to impress, you're not even, to me, that's like you trying to impress your friends and family instead of really focusing on what's going on in this relationship.
Right.
If you got a good man, and maybe he's not making the money to get that ring, at the end of the day, I've seen it. I've seen couples that got married young, and of course he couldn't afford this big extravagant ring. And then 10 years later,
he got it. Okay, that's true.
They renewed their vows, and he had the big extravagant ring because 10 years later they're doing so much better in life. They're older. They got more security now, things of that nature.
Right.
But see, people don't. Right. But some people not even waiting for the long run. I've also seen the other part of that. I've seen the extravagant ring, the extravagant wedding, and the marriage didn't last a month. Like, I've seen that too.
Damn. Because nowadays people get married for the wrong reason, though.
Right.
It's not for true love. It's about money. It's about status. It's about
like I'm married. I'm married right now as we speak. But me and my husband haven't been together in 10 years. You know what I'm saying? We live separate lives. But we still married. This dude will not give me a divorce.
Damn.
And I refuse to pay for it.
Right.
So it is what it is.
So he just want to be married. He just want to stay married.
The thing is, he always says when I bring it up, because we talk still, and we are still friends. Because initially we were friends before the relationship and everything. So he always just says, I didn't get married to get a divorce. But I'm just like, well, what's the point? We're not even in a marriage.
And there's no chance of reconciling anything.
I don't know. I will always love my husband. Always, 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 always. It's to the point where if I even have another man, he has to understand that he's always going to be in my life.
That's tough.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
he's
tough,
always
though.
going to be in my life.
That's tough.
We don't have to see each other because we haven't seen each other in person. We talk like on video chat, things of that nature. We're still friends. He comes to me for advice. I go to him for advice. Like, we're still friends. But whoever I'm with and moving forward has to know that this is my friend and he's always going to be that.
Well, if y'all been together in 10 years, I think somebody can understand that.
Right.
But
he just had a baby, matter of fact, 2 years ago.
He did?
We lived separate lives. He just had a baby 2 years ago.
They still won't get divorced. That's crazy. Y'all crazy, man. Y'all
people crazy.
Situation.
People be crazy. People be crazy. And at the end of the day, it don't stop nothing. It don't stop nothing. I date. Right. I go on dates, and stuff like that. Dating is another story.
But man, you got up here, man. You say a lot of real shit. But everything that you say, I always tell my friends and I always tell other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, men have feelings too.
They do.
Power manipulation.
Yeah.
All that shit you say, and then cheating is one thing. You see, I done cheated on every girl I done been with.
Okay.
Literally.
So the problem is not the girls. The problem is you.
Because I'm finna be honest with you. I done cheated on every girl that I done been with. Correct. So, but cheating for me was a form of trying to run away from my problems. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Because my problem is I care a lot, right? So you may be doing something, right? Say for instance, just to give an example, I text you, right, and you wait 7 hours to text me back, and I tell you, can you at least let me know what's going on? You know, just don't be going missing. You continue to do that, and I just that continue to be an argument. After a while, I always tell a girl when I stop caring, you need to be worried. Because I'm a caring person, you know what I'm saying? So when I stop caring, your ass need to be worried.
Right.
Because that's because it's hard for me to start caring again. I can't start caring again.
I'm the same way.
So that's the thing. So that was my way of escaping from reality.
Yeah, I've cheated before too.
You see what I'm saying? So in doing that, but now when you said that, now in a situation where I got cheated on, when I was doing everything correct, I said, in this relationship, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure I do everything right. I'm not gonna cheat. I'm not gonna bring the past into a new relationship. You know what I'm saying? Into that new relationship. So got into the relationship, et cetera, and the girl ended up cheating on me. Man, when I tell you, it destroyed everything, like my pride, my ego, like
I know
everything. I finally felt what a woman felt like. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes as niggas, you will never know what it feels like until you on the other side of that motherfucker fence.
Right.
Cause boy, that shit ain't no joke.
And you wanted to die.
It ain't no joke. Man, you wanted to stop, man.
And you couldn't breathe. I know.
Man.
And that's how we feel continuously when we get cheated on.
I thought about it for so long. It just kept playing in my head.
That's how it be. That's how it be.
Replay.
That's how it be.
You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like, am I still that dude? D, can you still be that nigga? Are you?
Right. That's how it be though. And that's what men don't understand.
Nigga done fuck my bitch, man. I ain't that dude no more, man.
Right.
I can't say nothing about nothing no more because somebody done got me. But what I realized in the process of that is I didn't want to be a hypocrite. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I wanted to, now that I've been on the other side of the fence, I didn't want to just say to that girl, oh, let's just go. I'm just, fuck you. You a hoe, get the fuck out of my face. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I was like that at first, but I need some time to think.
But even with all that, even with her cheating, that doesn't mean she's a hoe.
Right. But I'm saying that's why to us niggas think. We think, you get my pussy, you fuck that hoe. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but
that's why I was thinking at that moment, I was making an emotional reaction. And I had to go back and realize and think like, okay, let me sit here and rewrite the situation. Now, D, you done did all this shit, D, right? You know what I'm saying? Even though it's in the past, okay. But now, that's why I really started believing in karma. Because what goes around really does come back around.
That's a fact. And it hasn't had a deadline.
So, and it happened when you least expect. I never thought this girl would do that to me.
It's true.
I never thought this specific woman would do this to me. So, in that situation, I said, I can't be a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? So, I ended up forgiving the girl, and time went on. But even after that, man, it was just, so I totally understand when you said that. Like, being on the receiving end is no joke. Like,
yeah, it's true.
We cannot take, that's why I gotta give women credit, man, give the mothers credit.
Because
man, women can take a lot.
When we get cheated on, what men don't even understand, when we get cheated on, we start even second guessing our own selves. Like, what's wrong with me? What does not make me enough? Like, why am I not enough? Like, why? These are things that go through our heads when we're cheated on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when it goes the other way, it's like men are like devastated. But this is how we've been feeling.
Right. I feel you on that. So let's take it back, man, to this comedy thing, man. Who were some of the people that inspired you to want to do comedy?
Definitely some more.
Okay.
Some more. I just loved her. I just loved everything about her. I loved the fact that she was like, she was just so dope. She always dressed nice, but then her jokes was just always like hitting.
Right.
And she had the little vulgarness about her a little bit, and I like that. I like the combination of all of it.
Right.
But also Adele Givens, I also loved her.
Right.
Always loved her.
Okay.
But as far as I think it goes back to even like Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor, the GOAT.
Absolutely. Right. You know, I remember watching my parents watching his things, his little tapes or whatever, and I would be like so fascinated at how funny this man was and the way he worked the stage, the facial expressions, you know, things of that nature. And I was like, this man is so funny. And I just loved him. Also Eddie Murphy. I loved how Eddie Murphy was how he was on stage as well. And then of course Martin Lawrence. Martin, I fell in love with Martin in the Def Comedy Jam days, hosting Def Comedy Jam, and he would always come out and he would say just like the funniest shit. And I would be like, yo, this man is so funny. But yeah, those are like the people, and even Dave Chappelle, I liked him a lot, but I didn't tune into Dave Chappelle till later on. Like, I didn't see him.
Dave Chappelle's one that goes of our generation, like my generation.
Right.
He's one that goes of my generation.
Right, because I didn't tap into his genius till later on. Like, I saw him, you know, Def Comedy Jam days or whatever, but I never really tapped in. Until what made me start really focusing on him was when he did the Chappelle Show. And I saw the script and I saw, you know, how funny he was and what he put together, like just the whole product of himself. And I was like, wow, this man is a genius, you know? Right. And so that's when I really, really tapped into him. Yeah, but those are like the people I feel like I really, really loved. Oh, I can't forget Paul Mooney. I cannot forget Paul Mooney, because once I heard actually that Paul Mooney was writing for Richard Pryor and writing for Eddie Murphy and people like that, I'm like, oh, he's really the guy, like, you know? And Paul Mooney, I loved him because he just did not give a fuck. He just said what was on his mind. And that's how I am as a comic. So it's like, ooh, I love him. Yeah, I love Paul Mooney.
So what are some of the biggest misconceptions of comedy?
Some of the biggest misconceptions of comedy is that you're going to be a big star as soon as you start. You're going to get a lot of money as soon as you start. You're going to be on tour as soon as you start. No. None of those things are going to happen until you put the word in, until you become a household name, until everybody in every state knows who you are. We have help nowadays because we have the internet and social media, which people didn't have, say, even 10 years ago, even 10 years ago and further back. So we have an up on them at this point because of the social media. But even with social media, it's still a struggle to get a following. You know what I mean? It's still a struggle to get a following. You can't start comedy, say, a year ago and expect that you're going to be on tour with Monique and Dale Hughley and Cat Williams and so on. It doesn't happen that way. You literally have to do the groundwork. You literally have to work. You have to put the work in. You have to hit these stages. You gotta be. And number one, you have to be funny. Funny. This is the name. We're in the funny business. You have to be funny. I don't care what else the fuck you know. You have to be funny.
I definitely feel you on that. Man, so when it's all said and done, what kind of legacy you want to leave behind?
I don't know. I guess I would like that when I'm gone, that there are still black women out here pursuing comedy and saying, well, you know, Melissa Irish inspired me. Like, that would be dope. You know, I think that would be really dope. I would like that. I would like people to talk about me years after I'm gone. Like, we talk about Joan Rivers. She's also one of my favorites. But
yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
But Joan Rivers, you know, like, I would like that. Like, years later, people are still talking about her and how funny she is. That would be good for me, I guess. Yeah, I don't, like I said, I'm simple. I don't really be needing much to be happy.
Okay. You're just like me. I don't need much to be happy either. So what are your top 5 favorite comedians of all time?
Of all time?
Of all time.
Okay, not in any specific order. Okay?
No.
Joan Rivers.
Okay.
Some more.
Okay.
Richard Pryor.
Okay.
Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
And I guess I would say Paul Mooney. I guess I would say him because I just liked his no holds barred type of comedy. I enjoyed that.
Okay. You ever had a embarrassing moment on stage?
Of course.
What's the most embarrassing moment you had on stage?
Embarrassing is when you get up there and the room is looking like, bitch, we're just not gonna laugh. Like, I don't give a fuck. It's funny. Like, we're not gonna laugh. We're just not laughing.
They ain't do that?
They have tough crowds like that. Where you up there and you saying jokes that you know you killing other places with, and they just like,
just don't laugh.
And that's embarrassing. That's fine.
It is.
Like,
cause you just up there, you just spilling your good side.
And then even with that, you would have your 1 or 2 or 3 people that will laugh. But to me, that's not enough. I need the whole room. So if the whole room is laughing, to me, I'm bombed. I don't care if it's half of the room. I bombed. That's in my head. That's how I.
So do you think they just do that just to see if you're gonna break?
I don't know what the reasoning is. I can't tell.
Is it only certain places? Or
no, it's just sometimes you run into a tough crowd. You just run into a tough crowd sometimes where it's just that. It's just that. But anytime, like I say, if anybody want to be a comedian, they have to bomb sometimes. Or get those tough crowds sometimes to get better.
Right.
Make you go back and reevaluate yourself.
Right.
Like, okay, I could have did this better. I could have said this better. Or,
right.
You know.
Right.
So, yeah, you need those moments.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, man. That's about it. You ready to get into this game, man?
Let's do it.
Let's get into this game. Okay, man. I ask you 5 questions. Whichever ones you get right, I take a shot. Whichever ones you get wrong, you take a shot.
Okay.
That's how we're going to do. You think you ready for this?
I'm ready.
You want to go ahead and shot? You want to go ahead and pour the shots up already? Just okay. Let's go ahead and do that. You already on point with it.
Oh, okay. I was just waiting. Like, okay, what's it?
No. Yeah. Go ahead and wait. Go ahead and wait. Yeah, we just.
I'll pour it and
yeah, go ahead and pour it up. Yeah, just go ahead and have it ready for this. Let's go. All right. Yeah, it's not good.
Okay.
Because I know you said you ain't 8, so I ain't want to have you motherfucker throwing up shit.
Right.
All right, let's go. Who has more comedy specials on Netflix? A, Dave Chappelle, B, Kevin Hart.
I think Dave Chappelle.
Okay, you got that right. You got that right. Yes, sir. Okay, already. All right, you starting off okay. Whew. I ain't taking shots.
Me too.
Even though I play the game.
Okay.
I ain't taking shots.
Next question.
Ooh. Which movie had a bigger box office? A, Menace to Society. B, New Jack City.
Menace to Society.
And that's wrong.
No, okay.
New Jack City.
Okay. Do you see they bringing New Jack City on stage?
They did?
Like a stage play?
They did?
They bringing it.
Oh, I gotta see that shit.
Hell no. Fuck, they should leave that shit alone.
Man, that's a classic though. That's like, I bet back in the day.
That's why they should leave it alone.
When they was making those type of movies with Boys in the Hood and New Society, New Jack City, and Friday, they didn't know that they was making a classic that's gonna last for so fucking long.
They had no clue.
They had no clue that shit was gonna be just that, like, where it's classic, where people consider it the greatest movie, and if you look at it, the graphics ain't all that. It's just like
New Jersey Drive is another one.
Yeah, New Jersey Drive, like all the movies, like they never thought That I think, what's the name said that? Who played that movie? I think, was it Ice-T? I think Ice-T said that. That when they first did it, they didn't think it was going to be shit.
Right.
Until Wesley Snipes came on. They said, you know what? We got our son.
Right, and that is a classic.
That is, absolutely. So, who has played in more movies? A, Mike Epps, B, Cat Williams.
Mike Epps, I feel like.
Okay, you got that right. Mike Epps. Mike Epps.
2 more questions, let's go.
Come on, 2 more questions. Wow, so we're going to have to cut them shots a little short.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, it's good anyway, because I'm trying to get you booked up too.
Yeah.
Let's go. Ooh, this is a good question. Who has won more Oscars? A, Denzel, B, Samuel.
Denzel, because I don't think Samuel has an Oscar.
So he does. He has Oscar.
He does?
Yeah.
So who has more, Denzel?
You got it right.
Okay.
You got it right.
Okay.
See, I like to put them two against each other because both of them are in the same generation. They played in a lot of damn movies.
They both did, yes.
They both played in a lot of movies, so it's like, when you put them against each other, it's like, because if you put Denzel with anybody else, you're going to be like Denzel. You know what I'm saying? But if you put him with Samuel L., it's like,
you see, I had to think.
I don't know, like, shit. Samuel L. played in a lot of movies.
I had to think.
You got to really think, like, damn, Samuel L. played in a lot of damn movies.
A lot. That man is a legend. Okay.
Right.
Next question. Last question.
Last question.
Let's go.
Last question. Let's go.
Last question.
What was Martin Lawrence's first movie he played in? A, House Party. B, Do the Right Thing.
No, Do the Right Thing. Do the Right Thing. Do the Right Thing.
Right, you got that right. Let's you share that.
I had to remember Do the Right Thing came out first.
Yeah, Do the Right Thing did come out first.
Yeah, I had to go back. Like, yeah, Do the Right Thing. That was my movie too.
All right, that's it. Come on,
that was good. I got only one wrong.
You don't got one wrong.
See, I know my shit.
Yeah, okay.
No, but honestly, I like TV. I watch a lot of TV. A lot.
Right. You came to play, man. You came to play. She came to play, man. Definitely pleasure having you up here.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. So what can we expect for you within the next couple months?
Okay, so I'm headlining a show on September 30th at Upscales. It's at Jonesboro Road.
Right.
In Forest Park.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I'm going home in November.
Okay.
So November I'm performing at Caroline's. I don't know if you know what Caroline's is, but Caroline's is literally one of the biggest comedy clubs in the world.
Ooh.
So I'm performing at Caroline's.
Okay.
I'm also doing Grizzly Pier that weekend, which is also a very big club.
Okay.
And I have some other clubs too, but I'm not exactly sure of dates and times of those. So, I'll always get back to you. But yeah, I got some stuff coming up in the works. I'm also doing a show on October 5th. I'm not sure if I'm headlining or if I'm just performing, but either way, I'm doing that.
Mm-hmm.
That's in, hold on, let me tell you where it's at. That's in Fayetteville.
Oh, that's the show with Funny Mama.
Funny Mama is hosting, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing that show.
Shout out Funny Mama too, man. She was a great
person. Shout out to Funny Mama.
Great person too, man. Great
Listen,
person.
That girl, y'all follow her. She's hilarious. just a genuinely good person. Mm-hmm. You know, like deep down, just a good heart.
I felt that when I had her.
Yeah, she just has a genuine good heart. She's really a good person. Mm-hmm. When I moved here only 9 months ago, and she literally just like took me under her wing. Mm-hmm. And you know, she's just been such a great, great blessing to me.
Right.
So yeah, shout out to her. That's my girl for real.
Okay, how can we find you on social media? Social media account.
Okay, so you can find me on social media at The Melissa Irish on everything. The Melissa Irish. TheMelissaIrish. That's on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. And then my YouTube is just Melissa Irish.
Okay. And you can find me at Put You On Game _ podcast _ Put You On Game _ podcast _ And that's it, man, for the episode of Put You On Game.